In the Four Agreements, A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom, Don Miguel Ruiz draws on ancient Toltec wisdom to provide a powerful code of conduct that can rapidly transform our lives into a new experience of freedom, true happiness, and love. The book is based on the idea that everything we do is based on agreements we have made. Agreements with ourselves, with other people, with God, and with life itself. Most of these agreements are self-limiting and cause needless suffering. By replacing them with the Four Agreements, we can break the domestication of our minds and reclaim our authentic selves. The Toltec Path to Freedom, the Dream of the Planet. Before diving into the agreements, Ruiz explains why we need them. From the moment we are born, we enter the dream of the planet. This is the collective dream of billions of people, shaped by social rules, beliefs, laws, religions, and cultures. The domestication of humans. Children are domesticated, much like pets. We are taught how to live and what to believe through a system of reward and punishment. The judge. We create an internal judge that uses these social rules to punish us whenever we fail to meet the standards we've been taught. The victim. We also create a victim part of ourselves that carries the blame, the guilt, and the shame. By the time we are adults, we no longer need a parent or teacher to domesticate us. We do it to ourselves. We punish ourselves for the same mistake thousands of times because we are trying to live up to a perfection that doesn't exist. 2. The First Agreement. Be impeccable with your word. Ruiz calls this the most important and also the most difficult agreement to keep. Your word is not just sounds or symbols, it is the power you have to create. It is a gift that comes directly from God, the power of the word. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is fertile ground. Depending on how you use your word, you can plant seeds of love and beauty, or seeds of black magic, fear and destruction. Impeccability. Impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, sin, and I am without. To be impeccable with your word means to not use your word against yourself. The poison of gossip. Gossip is compared to computer viruses. It is a form of emotional poison that spreads from person to person. When we gossip, we are using our word to cast a spell on someone else, often to make ourselves feel better or more important. How to apply it. Use your word to share your truth and love. Speak with integrity. If you stop using your word against yourself and others, your life will begin to fill with peace. 3. The Second Agreement. Don't take anything personally. This agreement is the key to emotional resilience. Ruiz explains that nothing others do is because of you. It is because of them, the mirror of others. Every person lives in their own dream, in their own mind. When someone insults you, they are dealing with their own feelings, beliefs, and opinions. Their words are a reflection of their reality, not yours. Personal importance. Taking things personally is the ultimate expression of selfishness, because we assume that everything is about me. Immunity to poison. If someone gives you emotional poison and you take it personally, you eat that poison and it becomes yours. If you don't take it personally, you are immune in the middle of hell. How to apply it. Even if someone shoots you in the street, it wasn't personal. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. You can travel the world with your heart completely open, and no one can hurt you. The Third Agreement. Don't make assumptions. We have the tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem is that we then believe these assumptions are the truth, creating internal drama. We make assumptions because we are afraid to ask for clarification. We assume our partners know what we want, or that our boss is mad at us. We then react as if our assumptions are true, creating a huge amount of emotional conflict, mitote, in our minds. Assumptions in relationships. We often enter relationships assuming the other person will change, or assuming they see the world the same way we do. When they don't, we feel betrayed. The solution is clarity. The way to keep yourself from making assumptions is to ask questions. Make sure the communication is clear. How to apply it. Find the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. One clear question is worth 1,000 assumptions. Once you stop making assumptions, your word becomes impeccable, and your relationships transform. The Fourth Agreement. Always do your best. This agreement allows the first three to become deeply ingrained habits. It is about the action of living the agreements. The fluidity of best. Your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Context matters. Your best when you are sick will be different from your best when you are healthy and energized. Your best when you are sober will be different from your best when you are tired. Avoiding self-judgment. If you always do your best, you have no way to judge yourself. And if you don't judge yourself, there is no way you can suffer from guilt, blame, or self-punishment. The trap of perfectionism. If you try to do more than your best, you will spend more energy than is required, and you will wear yourself out. If you do less than your best, you subject yourself to the judge. How to apply it? Do your best because you want to do it, not because you expect a reward. This makes work feel like play. When you do your best, you live life intensely. You are productive, and you are good to yourself. Breaking the Old Agreements, The Path to Personal Freedom. The book concludes by offering 3 ways to break the old, self-limiting agreements of our domestication. 1. The art of transformation, the dream of second attention. This involves becoming aware of the fog in our minds. You must identify every belief you have and ask, is this true? You are the dreamer of your life. You can choose to change the dream. 2. The discipline of the warrior, the art of forgiveness. A warrior is one who is in a rebellion against the domestication of the mind. This requires forgiveness, not for the sake of others, but for your own sake. You know you have forgiven someone when you can see them or hear their name, and you no longer have an emotional reaction. 3. The initiation of the dead, embracing the angel of death. The angel of death teaches us how to live. Death reminds us that we could leave this life at any moment. When we live as if today might be our last day, we stop worrying about what others think, and we start living our truth. Summary checklist for living the 4 agreements. 1. Be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Avoid gossip and self-judgment. 2. Don't take anything personally. Realize that other people's actions are a projection of their own reality. 3. Don't make assumptions. Ask questions. Communicate clearly to avoid drama and sadness. 4. Always do your best. Regardless of the circumstances, simply do your best to avoid self-criticism. The final result. By following these 4 simple agreements, you can dismantle the structure of the dream of the planet that causes you pain. You reclaim your personal power and move toward a life filled with love, happiness, and freedom.